Hello everyone, and it's kind of a weird upload for you all. I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning, and I only had about 3 hours sleep, but I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. So let's talk about the beginning of Phase 2, or the first sequence of Waking Titan Phase 2. So, enjoy. So, before I begin into the juicy bits, I just want to address that around 8 PM Universal Time, Project-Waking Titan updated, which is the sort of like sister site to WakingTitan.com. Now, all it shows is a map. Okay, it just shows a map and what seems to be some sort of satellite drone. Again, nothing is really known about this. There's just a bunch of names on there and 4 sort of locked things on the side. Definitely something is going to come upon these very, very soon, so keep checking them. But around 9 PM Universal Time, WakingTitan.com updated to show a command console. There's a bunch of commands you can type in, but I'm going to talk to you about the most interesting ones. So, if you type in the word portal, it gives you the following message on screen. The traveller awoke beneath the shadow of a red star. Through the lonely cosmos they fled, yearning for purpose and meaning. They found an anomaly, an aberration, a door to the heavens. No Gek, no Viking, no Korvax could see it. Only the traveller could perceive the portal. Though they did not know how to step through. They did not know the secret language, the glyphs. They did not yet grasp the price of the final truth. As you can see, this is a reference to us, the player or traveller, finding these portals. It states that there is a secret language to open them. Note that no other race in the game can see these portals, which I personally find quite interesting. This further lengthens the theory about portals being activated. It's also weird because the secret language it says is the glyphs. Could these glyphs be the ones from Waking Titan, or could they be something else? This command prompt gives a lot of lore. It gives a backstory on the Viking, Korvax, Atlas, and Traveller. As you can see on the screen, I'll be putting up all the quotes from the screenshot. Firstly, if you type in "Who is Atlas?", you'll receive this. "All I know is this. The Atlas had infinity to work with, and with a few exceptions, this triad repeats. Gek, Korvax, Viking, Gek, Korvax, Viking, traders, warriors, scientists, all their stories, ending in violence." Now think about it. How would the Atlas speak? How would it cry for help? It would use the only language it knew. It would speak with life. It would create. Now, it seems to be talking in first person. If it's a continuation from the abandoned building's lore, it sort of gives us a rhetorical question to think about. It says, how would the Atlas speak? Would it cry for help? It's as if it's talking about the Atlas being some sort of sentient being, and it's actually just trying to escape its body. It also talks about how the Atlas would speak with life. Now, this is obviously a reference to how the Atlas gave birth to the Sentinels. It seems that the Sentinels were created to stop the war between the Gek, Korvax, and Viking, but it could also be the taking over of the universe. Now, if you type in "Who is Traveller", you'll get "They do not respond with speech. They transmit a vision, a red star, and a fragile world. I do not understand the shapes within. The whispers. I see life forms scattered around to the far reaches of the galaxy. I see the stranger's first breath, yearning for the stars. I see myself slumbering in the crimson void, waiting for a dream of worlds, and through the darkness, I hear it said." Now, this is confusing to say the least. I can't tell if it's a report from someone else, or us saying it about someone else. The text says we talk in whispers and that we came from a red star. It also shows us that we see the shapes within. Now, what I was thinking about earlier is that the glyphs are actually shapes. Could this new language actually be some sort of hieroglyphic language to open the portals? Again, I'm not 100% sure on that. That's just obviously a theory. Now, it seems as if we're stepping through some sort of portal. It says we see ourselves slumbering in the crimson void, then through the darkness we hear a voice. Could this be the entrance to the simulation, or something different? If we go back to Cobra TV's tape, we hear a little girl basically saying that she's stuck in this space between worlds. This sounds similar to this. Again, I do not know, but I love that we've got some lore on the Traveller. If you type in "Who is Korvax?", the text reads as follows. But even in the depths of their subjugation, there was hope. A bargain, a prayer to the greater being. The Korvax viewed the Atlas as what they might become in time. An intelligence beyond comprehension, beyond judgment. I convulse as their nanite clusters spill through my helmet. The Korvax watches me impassively. Now, this is talking about how the Korvax became the worshippers of the Atlas. It also mentions something interesting behind the secret of the currency of nanite clusters. Now, it says convulse, and if you don't know what it means to suffer violent involuntary contraction of the muscles. I have no idea why the Korvax are torturing you with these nanite clusters to basically make your muscles spasm. It's interesting because they are such a precious currency, but they could have a very dark past behind it, which makes it so sought out. The final text is Who is Viking? The Viking tells me their history of wars with the Gek, of Korvax slaves and tyrannous empires. The Viking suggests that if the Atlas is a god, then it is insane. I'm about to leave when I notice something on the Viking's terminal. 2 digits blinking endlessly. They feel familiar. Now firstly, it's awesome that we have actually got some lore about the Vikings in this ARG, because this is the first time it's happened. But anyway, the only thing to really note here, if you have known the lore, then you will know that the Viking were at war with the Gek, and they knew about the Korvax slaves and all of these empires. They hate the Atlas, so this is basically what it's saying. The only interesting bit for me personally is the 2 digits. We don't know what these are. We have thought about it being 16, and I think this is the only logical answer. Now at around midnight that day, emails were sent to about 1,024 people on the Waking Titan mailing list. The email looked as this. The email will give you a unique code, which I am putting on the screen now. This unique code was used in a website which I'm going to talk about later. The email gave the survey results from the last time. If you remember from last time, we did a survey. It turns out that 83% of us participated in a lucid dream, and 84% believe a consciousness can be echoed. It's awesome to see these little results, and I hope that they continue to do the surveys. Now the email also gives us Mission Alpha 5X. This is another survey with a lot of different questions. I cannot share the survey, but if you're looking at the screen now, you'll be able to see the survey in the background. Obviously, again, if I share this survey, you'll be able to overwrite mine, so unfortunately I can't share out for you guys, but let me know what you think. Obviously the questions are on the screen now, so let me know about them now. The final and most important part of the email is the boot sequence. This is our main mission, and 1,024 people were selected to do this, myself included. To solve it, you need to use a special device which is at the bottom of the email. Now if you use your unique code given above, you would have to rotate the device a certain amount of spaces, and then it would give you a code. For example, if you had to rotate the device left 1, you would get the code F equals O, because basically if your unique code begin with F, you would then have to rotate it left once, and the letter or number on the outside would correspond to your letter or number on the inside. It's very confusing, so if you haven't done it yet, there is a translation tool in the description, but if you want to do it the old school way, feel free to do so. You must enter this code on bootsector.wakingtitan.com. Now, I was actually one of the first people to do this, and I had to help out many people, so thank you guys for sending me all of your codes. We have actually got a translator now. It took a little bit of work to get it done, but it was really nice to help the community, so thank you. Now, upon entering the Boot Sector website, you are greeted with the following screen. As you can see, this is all of the 1,024 people who helped put their code in to make this image. Now, the completed image was sent by an anonymous eTark user, courtesy of Unimatrix01, so thank you for that. It looks like this. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff on the screen, like it lists the boot sequence notes, and it also leaks some sort of commands that we have. We have to use wake, we have to use list, all of these, and it also gives the data sets at the bottom, which is very important within the ARG. Now, the most important bit for me is that Loop 16 has been hibernating since July the 5th. Now, I can't find anything in the ARG which has corresponded to July the 5th, so I am sure something is going to happen about that soon. Obviously, this gave us a bunch of commands to use on wakingtitan.com. Now, Waking Titan was updated, and you can see a command screen or a CMD. You can input anything you want, and it might show a reply, it might not, but I'm going to tell you everything you need to enter. So obviously you have the codes above, you have the who is and stuff like that. If you want to enter them now, be my guest, you can take screenshots of it and everything. But if you want to do the correct thing, you will need to have completed all of the glyphs at the bottom, and you will need to follow the steps which I'm now about to tell you. You're firstly going to need to type in startatlas.init. This will give you a confirmation of an alpha version of the Atlas version 0.16. After this, you're going to need to type in startcsd.init. This will then ask you for a seed, but before you do this, you're going to have to type in who is Atlas to get the Atlas lore. I don't know why you need to do this. Again, this could just be some sort of confirmation thing, but just make sure you type in who is Atlas. You're then going to type in the following seed which is on the screen. You must type everything as it appears or it's not going to work. The code or seed is 502-7-8118.etark, and that is it. This will say welcome user and welcome you into the system. Again, the code is seed5020-7-8118.etarc. After you see a screen like that, you're going to need to type in wake loop 16. This will wake up the system and ask for a name. Please type hello loop 16. And congratulations, you're now able to access more commands and more lore into Waking Titan. If you type 16 on the screen now, you're going to get a very, very peculiar message. They found strange things in the wrecks, aberrations, data that spoke of worlds that do not exist and events that did not happen. One day, Specialist Polo went out to investigate one such craft. The life signature of a Korvac still on board, and they never returned. Is this how Nada and Polo met? Is this how my friends found each other? There is a signal on the console, a warning on repeat, 16 short bursts of data in a loop. Now it finally speaks about Nada and Polo and how they met. Polo found him via a signal which had 16 bits of data flashing on the screen beeping. Now could these bits of data be the tapes or something else? Now I'm excited to see what this holds for these pair because I really want more to be told about them. They're one of my favourite characters in the game, if not my favourite characters, so please Hello Games say more about them. Now I also wonder about the number 16, it's mentioned absolutely everywhere within the ARG, and it all seems to link back to the tapes. I'm so excited for more information on this because we have to get more on it soon. Now there is a couple of miscellaneous commands. You can type in who is Emily and loop 16 will not reply. Now this does prove that she is still gonna be in the ARG. You can type in like who is Orbit, who is Ryan, who is literally anything and it will not reply the same result, but if you type in who is Emily, it will just give ... It's as if the system cannot answer that question and we will have to go into the admin rights to find out more. Now there's also a bunch of cool little Easter eggs which I think Hello Games and Alison Smith have put in there. If you type in who is eTark, it will come up with Vigilant. There's also many Easter eggs towards the No Man's Sky subreddits with basically saying how good they are, essentially, if that makes sense. So we have No Man's Sky the game with devotion. This is all quotes from in-game. The Galactic Hub with exploration. No Man's Sky mods also got a shout out with experimental. There's also No Man's Sky zoology, I believe, which got the another tag, but I cannot remember that and I'm very sorry. And No Man's Sky High is relaxed, which is absolutely perfect, and that's a brilliant shout out for all of these subreddits which do amazing work for the ARG. So let's talk about loop 16 because there is no other commands that we have. It acts as if it's a human, but I think it's definitely some sort of system. When you type the word status, it replies with I'll tell you when I'm ready, as if it's a human. But there is no solid evidence that it's a human behind the screen or not. The only thing we can do now is wait. Right now, this is all the clues we have got, and it's an amazing start to the first phase of Waking Titan. I honestly do not know what is coming next. We are still yet to receive those physical Atlas passes, and we are yet to receive 8 more cassette tapes. Exciting times are ahead, guys, and we're going to have an amazing time. There's been no hints to update patch news, but I'm sure something's going to happen soon. And what a ride. So staying up till 5 AM was definitely not the greatest idea, but it was definitely worth it. Please let me know all your thoughts, and as I want to hear them. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown and coverage here at Orbit TV, but for now, it's Orbit out. I'll see you guys soon with another video talking about being positive and staying happy and apologising for some mistakes in the past. Very, very soon. But for now, I'm out. Thanks guys. Leave me a comment, leave a like, and peace.